What's up? What's up? Steve Trzak here on this fantastic Friday. I'm hoping that I can get a couple people to join me on this beautiful afternoon. It's lunchtime, and yeah, it's still chilly out. It's a bit cold out, but like I say, it's only cold if you're standing still. So, I have something on my mind I want to discuss, and I want to talk about practice. We're all trying to practice somewhere in our life that we're looking to become better in or level up in an area in our life. My question is what you're practicing right now, is it helping you or is it causing you to be stagnant? Or even worse, is it hurting you? Is it in the gym? Is it in a relationship? Is it in your own personal growth? Where are you practicing in your life that is going to produce a result that you expect? So, you know, at least I think you know, that I am extremely passionate about people living in their healthiest bodies to the best of their potential. That's why I want to come to these platforms like Live and talk about things that matter to people who care. So, David Shipler, my man, what's up, brother? David, any questions you have about this, please let me know, because I was at the gym yesterday, and that's what prompted me to put this live together, because I'm about to go to the gym now. It's lunchtime. People are probably eating their snacks, getting themselves fueled up for the day, or at least the rest of the day. And if you want to know more about how I can help with being a solution provider in sustaining stronger and a healthier lifestyle, by all means, check me out. You can find all my fitness, my inspiration posts that I put up at feelfitastic.com. Or if you need any assistance with nutrition, coaching, accountability, go to nutrition.feelfitastic.com. I'll help you there. Check it out. So, Paul, Todd, we got some great people here today. It must be lunchtime somewhere because you are just eating and hanging out with me for a moment. All right, so I told you, I was at the gym yesterday, and that's what prompted this message. So it had me thinking. Have you ever heard the saying, practice makes perfect? You ever heard that? Now, in my opinion, it's the right kind of practice that we really need to focus on. Mr. Fitastic, what's up, brother? It's the right kind of practice that we have to focus on. So I'm going to say that practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. I want you to write that down. Whether you're on replay, if you're on replay, by the way, just hashtag replay. Let me know that you're joining. And I appreciate you. I'm extremely grateful for you taking a few minutes out of your day to listen to something that's really important to me. Because really what I want to do, I want to help you. I want to put you in a position to win. That's what gets me excited every single day. There's never a day I don't wake up. Somebody asked me this question, by the way. There's never a day that I don't wake up and I don't want people to feel fitastic. That's why I do what I do. Because I am passionate about people living in their healthiest bodies, their healthiest spirit, emotionally, mentally, you name it. Because Fitastic is not just, it doesn't just change your body, it changes your mind, it changes your attitude, and it changes your mood. That's what's going to separate me from everybody else. From what I understand, that's the feedback I get, which is very, very, very appreciative. So, write that down. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. Let me explain. I was at the gym yesterday, as I often am. I was doing my back training. Yesterday, I was doing seated low rows. Okay, so I'm doing my seated low rows, and about 3-4 machines down from me, there was a young gentleman. He was probably in his mid-20s, but that's still young to me. He was doing the lat pull down. Now, I have this intuition. I have this sense, this sixth sense, when somebody's doing something incorrectly in the gym, the form, the technique, I instantly pick up on it. My thought is I want to go help that person, though I got to focus on my own training, right? So this time it was a little exaggerated. So the lat pull down, okay, lat pull down here, he was coming down here to his lap. He was doing a lap pull down, not a lat pull down. So I immediately identified it. I walked over there and, I just want to come with a helping hand. And I said, excuse me, if you don't mind me asking, what muscle are you targeting today? Because again, I can't assume. I don't want to come from a place of assumption. I want to come from a place where I have the context that they're giving me. So sure enough, he said, well, I'm training my back today. Fantastic. This is a great exercise for that movement. And then he cut me off and said, I've been trying to train my back. I've been trying to get my back to grow I've been here for a year now. I said, all right, well, do you mind if I give you a recommendation on how you can perform this movement a little more efficiently? And so he obliged. He said, yeah, that'd be awesome. I appreciate that. So I showed him the proper technique. I showed him to make sure his spine's neutral, keep his chest up, make sure he has a little bit of a hip hinge in there, and he's able to draw through the elbows, contracting the lats, the origin and the assertion. I was giving him, the breakdown, the rundown. I was really trying to get him to understand the concept of how difficult it really is to contract the muscle. So I showed great form, great technique. I demonstrated about 3 or 4 repetitions. So I said, hey, here's how I want you to try this out. And then I asked for permission. I said, hey, do you mind if I drop the plate stack about 2 or 3? Because it's on a little bit heavier side. If you're going to perform proper technique, you're going to want to go a little bit lighter. He said, yeah, no problem, whatever you got to do. Sure enough, I dropped it down 3 stacks and I watched him. So now I demonstrated. Then he performed and he replicated that to the T. He did really well. However, with that came, oh man, I really feel that. Like that's really burned. It's like my back's on fire right now. I said, well, there you go. Nobody told you it was going to be easier. They just told you that it was going to be worth it based on you practicing the right way. So, this happens to me probably on a weekly basis where I'm going to take time out of my workout, my training session, and I want to go help somebody because I know that they can be more efficient in the gym. Here's the point of my story. Here's what I really want to share with you. This happens 9 out of 10 times. As great as that last set was for this young gentleman, I went to go proceed to do my seated cable rows. But again, I want to know, hey, did he really get it? Did he really understand? So what happened was, as I'm doing my set, I just glance over to the right. I see him doing his lat pull downs. He was back to the lap pull downs. He was back to the same shit he was doing before. Boom! To the lap, not through the lats. I just shook my head just like that. Because practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. He permanently had these habits and routines that were locked into place. Now, of course, if I spent some more time with him, I'm sure I could have got him to shift his thinking on that lat pull down. But again, at that moment, it's not my responsibility. I found it extremely intriguing. That happens to me all the time. So the question that I have is, what are you practicing? And I give all the admiration in the world, by the way, for people that go to the gym to practice their health, practice their fitness, practice their strength training, practice their form and technique, if they're doing it right. That's why I take so much pride in what I do, because I want people to live their best self as efficiently as they possibly can. I trust that makes sense. It happens with every exercise if you're in the gym. And if you have any questions, let me offer this to you. If you're in the gym right now, Tim, you're in the gym. Hey, you're at the gym now, working my way through to the machines, light weights, working all muscle groups. Great. If you would all have an inclination that perhaps you're doing something incorrectly in the gym, you're just not feeling that muscle the way that you know it's intended to feel, do me a favor. Set your phone somewhere, record yourself doing the range of motion, record the movement that you're doing, send it over to me, and then I will assess, I will examine how your form and technique is, because it's that important. Your form and technique in the gym is that important that you don't have time to waste with poor, bad practice. So, if you continue practicing poorly, practicing the bad form, the bad techniques, what you have now, what you've produced is permanent bad practice. Now, who wants that? I want to get you out of bad practice into exceptional practice, into progressive practice, into showing up every day, practicing what you want to level up in, and you are executing it at the level that is going to produce results. If you continue doing, and I'm using the gym example because I see it all the time, it's easy for me to talk about. If you continue practicing permanent poor habits and practices, here's what's going to happen. You ever know anybody that injures themselves in the gym? Do you ever know anybody that complains about them not producing a result after they've been in the gym 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 2 years, 3 years? I don't know why I can't get results. Well, did you ever realize that maybe the practice in the gym's not paying off because you're not doing the right practice? Did you ever think that maybe the nutrition plan that you're on isn't the right practice with nutrition? You have the ability to course correct that. You have resources like me and other fitness professionals that can really latch onto you and establish exactly what needs to change. Why are you not resourcing that? With that comes the fact that if you really want to excel in any area of your life, find someone that's doing it at a bigger and better level than you are. Please, go find somebody. Find somebody that is leveled up to that next tier that you're striving to get to, and I want you to latch on to those strategies. I want you to practice those strategies. Why do you think it's so efficient when somebody plugs into my online training program? This is a shameless plug. This is the truth. Why is it that somebody plugs into my online training program where everything's built in for you with the right form, the right technique, the right sets, the right speed, the right rest intervals, the right weight-bearing loads? Why is it that everybody that tries the program and uses it and resources the right way gets results? Because I've cultivated that. I've done all the guesswork out of it. I've been through that process and I share it onto you. I just want to help you. I want to put you in a position to win. Let me give you one more example. I think this is so worth it, so worthwhile mentioning. Being in the industry that I'm in, the health industry, the fitness industry, altering the course of people's lives positively through health, fitness, wellness, nutrition, I always thought that I had great connection and great relationships with people. I had this idea in my head that I was building a deep enough foundation and a relationship with people. Come to find out, I'm really bad at asking questions. I'm actually wasn't as great as I thought I was with asking questions. So what did I do? I found somebody that asks way better questions than I do, and I hired them as a coach. I said, you know what? If I'm going to level up what I desire and I deserve out of building relationships and really helping people to that next level, I need to hire somebody that's going to fast forward my learning process. So I hired, maybe you know him, his name is Coach Peter Pacetto of Active Choices. Now, within 2 training sessions, it's been mind-blowing. I always used to come from a place, check this out, and if you've worked with me before, you've heard me ask this question. I used to ask, hey, when's the last time you were in the shape that you want to be in? When's the last time that you had the energy that you want to have now? When? I didn't realize this. When you ask the question when, trying to extract information from your past, it creates a limited belief. I didn't know. I just thought I was trying to obtain information to get people to picture themselves in the position that they were once in the greatest shape of their life. And I was going to leverage that, and usually it worked. However, when Coach Peter had retrained and is restructuring how I'm asking the question, he's coming from a place of the best version of yourself looks like what? Think about that. The best version of yourself looks like what? So, I've been practicing the wrong questions. And to Coach Peter, I am forever grateful. And I latched onto his strategies. And I promise you that I'm going to be delivering greater information. I'm going to be able to level you up to that level that I never really could because I didn't have the awareness that I wasn't practicing the right strategy. So, great things. So my engagement, my ability to help you is going to be just to that next level. And I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to wrap this whole thing up and say, what do you need to do more of, or what do you need to put more attention to in your practice that goes from a stagnant practice to a positive, permanent practice? Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. And I hope you wrote that down, because that's going to be one that I'm going to live by, and I'm going to train, and I'm going to coach people on how that's going to go. I'm going to coach people how it's not just what you're doing. Is it the right things that you're doing? All right. On that note, that's the message I'm leaving you with today. So make it a great day. Make it a great Friday. It really is beautiful outside. It's only cold if you're standing still. A snowy day is no match for a sunny disposition. I got a bunch of them. Anyway, make it a weekend worth repeating, and send me over your videos. Record yourself in the gym, doing your exercise. If you have any inclination that you're possibly off on your form or technique, let me help you. It's a pleasure to help, as long as you take advantage of it and you change your thinking on how your form and technique is in the gym. All right. Judy, you missed it. Anyway, make it a great day. Love you guys. If you're ready to go, say, let's go.